Welcome back to my channel, Art with Ray. I'm with Ray, and I am Ray, and we're doing part 3 of the Sherlock Gnome series. Today I would like to finish this circle. So when we last left off, we were working on the bathrobe. And we are still using the Castle Art Soft Touch 120 pencils. So right now I would like to go in with Purple Deep, and that is call number 680. And what I want to do is just go over the entire bathrobe and try to get this white space completely gone. So we're just going to go over everything with this purple. In circular motions, remember, that helps to hide our pencil marks. Remember last time we talked about purple being the color of royalty. Purple is also the color of concentration, of a third eye, all sorts of things, spirituality. And again, I chose purple because I thought maybe that would be something that Sherlock Holmes would wear at night, because he's always thinking and he's always trying to process what's going on in whatever case he's working on. So that was my thought process when choosing the color. But again, like I said, we're just going in now just to kind of hide the pencil mark, the white paper, the white of the paper, because there is still kind of a bit of it here. And I'm still pressing fairly lightly, but if I notice that it's not giving me the coverage that I want, I'm pressing down just a little bit harder, because again, I do really want to get rid of that white space as much as possible. Okay, so, down here also. Looks like I think I might have to go in with another color also, because it doesn't seem like the white space really wants to go away. Again, this is like cheap copy paper, so, you know, the paper does matter. It really does. But I think I had said that I had seen this. It had just come out when I had purchased it, and so I decided that this is something that I really wanted to do for you guys on camera. So I'm going to take the darkest purple that is available in this set, the Castle Art set, and that is Purple Lake Deep, and the call number is 038. And let's go over the entire robe again. And this should actually, let me sharpen this real quick. And this should hopefully get rid of any more white that's on the paper. So I'm just going to give this a quick sharpen so I can get in there a little bit easier. Okay. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. All I'm doing, like I said, is just going over the robe again. And this time I'm pressing a little bit harder because I really want to get rid of the white space left in as few layers as possible, actually. So. And if you notice, I'm turning my pencil every once in a while, because that helps to keep the sharp all around the pencil. It keeps us from having to sharpen it as much, especially right now when I'm kind of pushing down a little bit harder to get rid of as much white space as I possibly can. It's really important that I have a sharp lead that really lets me get into the paper. That's one of the nice things about the Castle Art set is that it does hold a point pretty well. It's a softer pencil, but not nearly as soft as, let's say, Prismacolor or even Arteza. So it has a slightly harder lead, but it's not hard. It's not a hard lead or anything like that. It's hard enough where it'll hold a point for a good amount of time, which is perfect and excellent. But it's not so hard where it would hurt your hand to use for any length of time. So not like a Polychromos or, you know, something to that extent. Okay, let's get up in here. In the description, I will also put all the colors that we've used in this page here and what we used in this video. So, you can see that in the description before you start the video or while you're watching the video, so that you can have maybe pull the pencils that are needed without having to stop and stop the video and try to find the pencils. So I will do that like I did last video, so that you guys know exactly what pencils that I'm using and are able to have them ready for when you are ready to start the color along. I hope you guys are coloring along with me. This has been a lot of fun. Okay, so next what I want to do is the skull. Now, people think that skulls are white. They're really not. Skulls are more of a light gray color. So what I'm going to do is, we've been using some warm colors here. So I'm going to use a warm gray light for right now and see how that works. So this is warm gray light. It's call number 120. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a very light layer all around the skull. And we're going to see how that works. Again, my hand is put further back on the pencil, so it keeps me from pushing down too hard. Also helps me get a consistent coverage. So if you see here, I don't even know if you can see this on camera because it's such a light color. And I'm going to have to go over it a few times, or I may even have to add another gray into here. But I'm going to do a second coat, and we're going to see how that works, because I see it barely on here. So you guys probably can't see it at all on the camera. So more than likely, I'm going to go over this with another color too. And I want to do something creepy with the teeth. Okay, so this was that. I'm going to add Davy's Gray, which is the next lightest gray. So Davy's Gray, call number 067. We're just going to go over the whole skull again. And this shows up a lot better, especially when we have that first coat, 2 coats of the light warm gray light. This is actually showing up in much, much better. But again, you want to keep it very light. We don't want like really dark gray looking type of thing. And I'm probably going to go over the top of this with the white pencil. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. And the eyes we're going to do something creepy with too. So, and this is a kind of more of a creepy kind of circle picture, which I actually really like, because you have like the skull and you have like these little potion things and books. So it's really kind of cool. I like it a lot, actually. This is a very cool circle part of this page. So yeah, this is good. I do like the way that this shows. I'm going to go over it with the white. First, I'm going to sharpen it a little bit and see if that does anything at all. Okay, so we're going over it with titanium white, call number 072. And we're just going to go over the whole skull with this. It'll probably lighten up the gray a little bit, which is good, because I think this gray might be slightly too dark, but you know what? It's our world. It doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It just has to be what we like, what we enjoy, what we have fun with. Yeah, this did lighten it up a little bit. I kind of like it. I hope you guys do too. Okay, so for the eyes, I want to do some red. I want to do a red to kind of really push them out, make them really stand out. So let's do Cadmium Red. The one thing that is difficult with this set is there's really no real red. So Cadmium Red is probably the closest to like a real red that you're going to find in this set. So we're going to go into the eyes now, and we're going to fill them in with red. And I want to layer orange over it, so I'm going to take, let's see, oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I don't know if I mentioned it. This was Cadmium Red, call number 024. I want to go over it with an orange color, so I'm going to go over it with Orange Lake, call number 016. And I'm just going to go right over the top of the red, just to give it maybe some kind of like fiery looking look to it. You can see that that's kind of happening here. Right, I want to go back over it now with the Cadmium Red, color number 024. That looks really pretty. That looks cool. I like that. I like that a lot. I love the way it plays off with gray also. You know what? Let's do it in the nose also. Let's do this nose kind of the same way. So we're using, again, the Cadmium Red, and we're going to put in the Orange Lake 016 over the top of the nose again. And then again, we are going in with the Cadmium Red 024. All right, now the teeth. I'm thinking a green color. I'm thinking green would be fun. It would make the teeth look a little So I'm gonna go in with Castle Green Deep, color number 057. We're gonna do his teeth this color. So you might want to have sharpened your pencil a little bit, because some of this is like a little tight spaces that you want to make sure that you can get into. Okay, and then we're going to go in with Viridian 052, right over the top of what we did here with the teeth. And this is going to give it a slightly more grungy look to it. It's a bit darker. And it has some blue in this one. This one has quite a bit of blue in it. Okay, and then finally, I think we should go in with Terre Verde 064. This is kind of a grayish green, and I think that at the end of the day, this is going to make it look exactly how we want it. Because I'm just thinking like old teeth that are like falling out or whatever. You know what? Let's add one more color. Let's add brown ochre. Brown ochre 115. Just over the top. It's probably not going to make much of a difference. Oh yeah, it is. But it's mixing with that green, and it's making the teeth look rotten. Just a little something to make it a little spooky. And, go over it a couple of times, because we do have quite a few layers down, so we want to make sure that this shows up. Okay, I'm happy with that. That looks kind of cool. All right, so next we want to do this potion glass type thing. Let's do the potion in, let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's do the potion in cinnamon. Let's use cinnamon. We're going to use a couple of colors, but we're going to start with cinnamon. And then these three, I think. Okay, so we're starting with cinnamon 012. This is the lightest of the colors we're going to be using. We're going to be clearly using more than one color. So in here, we're going to start here. And we're just, like I said, very lightly going to put this in. And we're going to put it in all around here, because this is where it seems to kind of pool up. So we're just going to go in here. And put a layer of this down. You know what? Let's extend it all the way up. But as we extend up, we're going to start to fade it out. So as we go up here, so we'll start on this side just so you guys can see what I'm doing. And as we go up, we're fading it out. Okay? Then on this side, the same thing. As we go up, we fade it out. Okay, so that's the first color. The next color I want to go in with is burnt ochre, color number 014. And we're going to go right over the top of this. I love the way that Castle Arts layers. They layer so well. And they blend really well too. It's such a, I love these pencils, I really do. And as we go up, we're going to fade up. Same thing on this side. What we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. Keep everything balanced and looking good. Okay, next. The next color we're going to go in with is Chinese Orange 026. And this is the darkest color that we're using. And this will also help to get rid of the weight of the paper. And then, like I said, we'll fade up as we go up. Okay, so it looks like an interesting, different type of thing in there. Up here in the glass, where we see kind of the glass is like, it's not empty, but sort of just sitting there. Let's go in with, let's see, let's go in with a light blue. Let's do Cobalt Blue Light. The call number is 094. And we're just going to go up in here and just do a very light layer here. Right up in here. Just so that it has some kind of look to it, you know. So it's not just sitting there on its own. And again, clearly I'm not going for realism here. Just going for fun. And that's all we're going to do there. We're not going to do much more. Now here, this piece here, I think we're going to use, let's see. Let's use Payne's Gray. So Payne's Gray is usually a gray with purple in it, but it's not really that way here. So again, we're going in with Payne's Gray 119. And we're just going to put a layer of it on this tool that is using here. And we don't want to make this too dark. We just kind of want to make it like, I don't know, almost like a metal type thing, so it looks like, you know, there's some kind of metal inside of here. There we go. Okay, that looks good. Now we have a little round dots here. I think I'm going to go in with black for that. So we're going to go with Ivory Black, call number 071. And we're just going to darken those. Because I may or may not go in with a white gel pen and go over that. And if I do that, I need it to be covered with something. And black is usually pretty good for that. You may have to press down a little bit on here because we already have pigment on here, which I colored over, which is fine. It's no big deal. All right, so I think that's looking pretty good. All right, so we have some books here, 2 books, and then we have this table and the background, and we'll be done. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with these 2 books. Let's do a nice blue one. We'll use primary blue. We're going to use a couple of blues, primary blue, intense blue, and Cypress Green. So these are the 3 colors we're going to use. We're going to start with the lightest color, which is primary blue, call number 098. And we're just going to go over the top of this book. Again, put my hand further back on the pencil so it keeps me from making it too dark, and it helps to give me some even coverage. Okay, now we're going to go in with intense blue 097. And we're going to go right over the top of that. Again, my hand is further back on the pencil, so it keeps me from pushing down hard. So I get a nice consistent layer here of this color. Okay. And finally, we're going to go in with Cypress Green, and that's 103. And again, we're going to go right over the top. Let me just quickly give this a sharpen. Okay. We're going to go right over the top of this. Again, my hand is further back. And we really want to get the white of the paper gone with this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go backwards. So we did that. Now we're going to put the intense blue back on it. 097 over the top. Like I said, I love the way these pencils layer and blend. It's so nice. Okay. And then we're going to go in with primary blue. And I think I'm going to do it one more time. So we're going to add another primary blue here, another layer of it. And I know like this might seem redundant, guys, but the more layers that you do, the better it looks. Next is intense blue. We're building up the color so that it really shines and that the color is really beautiful. And finally, we're going to go in with Cypress Green. If you hear background noise, guys, I'm really sorry. I live in New York City and it's always loud. Okay, so that book cover is nice. What I want to do is go in with my lightest gray, warm gray light, 120. And right in here where the pages are, I just want to put a layer of this. I don't want it to be dark. We're going to go over it a few times until you start to see it. Once you start to see it and you're happy with it, stop. Okay, so I started to see it, I'm stopping. I don't know if you guys can see it on the thing, but I can see it here. And we're going to do this little area right here in the blues again. So we're starting with the darkest color, which is intense blue, I believe, right? No, it's primary blue, sorry. So we're just going to go right in here and just do a layer here. And it doesn't have to be dark. Then we're going to go in with intense blue, 097, right over the top. And then finally, Cypress Green, 103. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, so next we're going to do the next book. And the next book we have blue. I'm thinking because I like it to pop off each other, I'd like to do it orange because orange is the complementary color of blue. And I think it'll stand out really nice. So we're going to use Cadmium Orange Deep, Orange Lake, and Cadmium Orange. We're going to use 3 colors. And let's see, Orange Deep, so this was here. And I'm just trying to make sure that I have them in the right order. Yeah. All right, so the first one we're going to start with is Orange Lake, 016. And just like the other one, we're just going to do a light layer. And there's not much of this book to show, which is fine. And let's go into here too, because it's going to be there and here. Make sure your pencils are sharp because these are small areas to get into. And you want to make sure that you're able to get in there. Okay, so the next one is Cadmium Orange Deep, 079. And we're just going to go right over where we were before. You see how that blends right into the other orange? Really pretty. Very, very pretty. I'm going to do two layers of this one. There. And then finally, we're going to go in with Orange Lake, number 016. And we're just, like I said, we're going to go right over the top of this. Look how nicely they blend to make that beautiful color. Okay, and then we're going to go in with our warm gray light, 120. Same as before, we want to make sure that, you know, we only want it to be seen. So this takes a little while because it is very light. So again, as soon as you start to see it, then just stop. Or I mean, if you want it a little darker, that's up to you. You know, it's your coloring. Okay, I can see it, so I'm going to stop. So now we have this table or this desk, and let's see. Usually, I mean, I don't know. You know what? Let's do some browns, I guess, because we haven't really done any browns. So let's do some browns, and let's do burnt sienna, sepia, walnut brown. So let's do those. We're going to start with the darkest color, which is walnut brown. Walnut brown, 117. Okay, and we're just going to go in here and do a light layer. Again, remember my hand is further back, so it's keeping me from pushing down hard on the pencil. And we're going to do really the whole thing this color, but I'm going to add a little darker areas here and there. See where we have these lines here, that means it's going to be shaded more, and we'll get to that. And then right here. Okay, so that's our first light layer. The next darkest color would be sepia, 070. I'm not sure how to say that. I've always said sepia, but I've heard it's pronounced different ways. And again, we're just doing a light layer right over the top of our walnut brown. The colors are really blending nicely. You see that they're layering and blending really nicely. Like I said, I love these Castle Art pencils. If you don't have them, definitely check them out. I do have a coupon code or a 10% off. I'll leave that in the description. If you just click on that, it'll bring you to the Castle Arts website, and you'll automatically get your 10%. Okay, and then finally we're going to go in with burnt sienna, call number 114. And we're going to go again over the top of everything. We're going to push down just a little bit harder because this is a lighter color. And we want to make sure that it shows up over the other colors. And I'm going to do a second layer with this color. And I'm going to put my hand a little further closer because I'm going to push down a little bit harder now. Not hard, like maybe medium pressure, because I want to start breaking the tooth of the paper. But we're going to do this backwards. So we're starting again with the sepia, and we'll go to our mid-tone, and then finally we'll go to our darkest color, which is walnut brown. And remember, I'm also doing circular motions. That helps to hide our pencil marks. Okay, so we're going to go in now with the sepia, 070. And again, we're going to push down medium pressure. We want all of that to kind of start to blend together. and try to get rid of as much of the white paper as possible, trying not to use any kind of blending stick or anything like that, pencil or the white pencil. I will if I have to, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying to get it blended just with the pencils themselves, which to me is far better than using any other kind of solvent or blending pencil or blending stump or white pencil. It's always better if you can blend it with your lightest color. Okay, so we're coming back in with Walnut Brown, and that is 117. And again, we're pushing down a bit harder, trying to get rid of the white of the paper. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so all we have left to do now is the background. So we've got browns and blues and reds, oranges, purples. So I'm thinking I don't want something that's going to take away too much from that. So we can do maybe a yellow background. Let's grab a yellow. Let's see. Let's grab... There's so many yellows in this set. There's 13 yellows. So, you know what? Let's do lemon yellow. I think that might brighten it up a little bit. So, lemon yellow, 005. And we're going to go in and do a very light layer. If you can see here, my hand is all the way back on the pencil. So we're just going to go in circular motions and just get this laid down in here. Because lemon yellow is kind of bright, which is actually what I'm looking for. Just something to brighten everything up, but we don't want it to overpower what's in the picture. So lemon yellow is kind of a bold choice, but I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work well with the colors that we have on here. I think it looks really nice. I don't think you're going to be able to see on camera yet because I'm going to have to go in and do a couple of layers. But from what I'm seeing here now, I really do like it. I think it plays well with the rest of the picture. Okay, so I got one layer in. I'm going to do a second layer. Like I said, we're going very lightly. And that also helps, like if you get into like an area that maybe you colored before, it shouldn't be a problem getting that over it or around it. Just because this is a very light color, it's not going to like really do anything to what you've already done. All right, you know what? I'm going to do one more coat of this because I just want it to show up as good as possible for everybody. And also I want it to show up right here. There you go. And there we are. I'm pretty happy with that. So guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Oh, wait. We forgot one area. We forgot his eyebrows. I am going to just take the Ivory Black 071 and very lightly go over the eyebrows. Okay, there we go. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching part 3 of Sherlock Gnomes. Part 4 will be coming probably this weekend around Sunday. Today is Thursday. And the next section that we are going to do is going to be this one. And it will be we will be using Arteza Expert pencils. So if you have those pencils, you know, just get ready to use them for the next color along. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Happy coloring.